All right, guys, we are finally working on our loft. I am building this IKEA Malm dresser because we are doing an IKEA hack today. I am going to show you how we turn this $130 dresser into custom built-ins. And thank you to Wagner for sponsoring this post. We will be using their sprayer to give these dressers a makeover.
We're going to show you a couple pictures just of what the space looked like when we initially got the house. And then when we started doing renovations throughout the house and how it affected this space. So one of the big ones was we actually put this new railing in. We changed the old wood one out to a new steel one. Then we actually moved walls. We added space to the bedroom and to the bathroom so that we could have a bigger shower and actually add a bathroom into our bedroom. And then we started to get ready to add some built-ins, which is where we are today.
There's not a lot of space, but a couple things we want to do in here is add storage. That's the big one for us, and maintain this beautiful archway and make this kind of the focal point up here. So we already have a little chair up here, a little reading nook situation, and now it's just about building these out on a budget.
Yeah.
So the really tricky part about designing for this space is that because it overlooks our main floor, you can see it from down there. So it has to match visually, style-wise, with everything going on in the living room, dining room area. These are some IKEA dressers that we picked up at IKEA for, I think they were around $130, and we want to make them look like built-ins. So when I searched IKEA, this was the closest thing I could find to the width we need, but obviously there's still a gap over here. It's not quite long enough. So we are gonna paint these, add a new top, and add new drawers. And we're gonna do the same kind of thing that we did in our vanity in the bathroom, in which we add new drawer fronts and extend them all the way across so that it gives the appearance of this being fully built in and customized, even though it's just an IKEA piece that we got really cheap. For this IKEA hack, we are building custom drawer fronts out of MDF, and we wanted to put a bit of a pattern and some texture on those drawer fronts, so we're also cutting out some MDF slats. We have learned from experience that it is really hard to paint between all of those slats after they are attached. So this time we did the smart thing and primed everything first, and then painted everything first before actually attaching the slats to the new drawer fronts. Russell is using our Wagner Flexio 3500 for this project. We're actually going to be using it all throughout this video to spray primer, paint, stain, and varnish, so stay tuned for lots more paint sprayer action.
We have the front of the drawer faces painted, and then along with all the slats painted, we got the edges and then the face. So now we can start gluing them down. I'm just gonna use some wood glue and pin nails to hold everything, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have the cabinets fit to the space and kind of built in now. So what we did is we installed these little pieces on the side just to bring it out, and this is the same distance from the wall at each cabinet. And so we used pocket holes to hold this side because it was a bit longer. On the other side it was shorter, so I just drilled straight through. And then I added some little 45 gussets behind just in case this gets pushed on. Then like for the vacuum or something, it's not gonna split at the seam. So that's all done. The next step is to bring all these to the garage, and then we can start fitting the new drawer faces.
We did some measurements to figure out the exact height and width we needed, and then we cut that big MDF sheet down into individual drawer fronts. There are a lot of small details that went into customizing these IKEA drawer fronts and this IKEA piece. If you want to see a full video on the IKEA hack, let us know in the description box below, because we love to go into this in more depth for you there instead of making this video 40 minutes long. Once we were happy with the fit of everything, we got our Flexio 3500 back out, primed it with a tinted primer, and painted both of our cabinets.
So Lindy talked about the built-ins, but we also want to add some floating shelves. When we had this bathroom reno going and I had all the walls open, I actually did a bunch of the electrical because it just made sense at that point. So I had lighting for sconces on either side, and then I also moved up. There used to be plugs at the floor, and I brought them up to above this level so that we'll have plugs for the built-ins, which is kind of handy too. We're gonna use these floating shelf hooks, so they just get screwed into a stud, and not to myself, but to the wall stud. These just get screwed into a stud, and then I make a hole into the floating shelf block and then a little groove on the back, and then they just slide on, and it works really good. And we're gonna do a slab countertop on either one to kind of tie it all in, and then I think Lindy's talking about painting these as well. We actually had these oak slabs left over from a client project, so we decided to use them on this one. We'd have nice hard wood to use, totally free to us. Okay, so I got all the boards planed and jointed on both sides. So now everything's nice and square, so we're ready to glue up. The plan now is to add a bunch of glue and clamp.
So we brought the cabinets up. We are fitting it for the countertops, which means we needed a countertop stain chosen, which is why we did this test. The black we're using is Onyx from Benjamin Moore. And when we were painting it, I realized it really does have like kind of gray brown undertones. Yeah, it's a little bit charcoaly. So because of that, I think I'm gonna stay away from these, and I'm heavily leaning towards this one.
I mean, both of us, as soon as before we didn't have the rest done and we had that one on and we're like, done.
I just feel like this one has that little bit of gray in it that's gonna mesh really nicely with the whole loft. And I think it'll look nice as floating shelves. Is that gonna look nice?
I think that's gonna look cool. The oak is really nice.
It's a really nice like brown gray color.
Oh, we have a cat trying to open a door.
Okay, well that's what we're doing. Using our paint sprayer, we stained each piece and then waited a minute or so and wiped off any excess stain because we didn't want them to get too dark. We did this for the countertops and all of the shelves, and then we did the same thing with polyacrylic, also using the same paint sprayer. I'm so happy with this color.
Yeah, no, it turned out nice.
The color is like exactly what I wanted.
So I think these are good. I don't think I have to do anything else now.
Except actually install them. It's really pretty. Okay. It's not really a one-person job. Look at that, folks. Okay, I cannot reach that. Imagine this now with 2 shelves here.
And there would be a light bulb in there.
And some books on this shelf.
I want some of my cars.
And no, not cars, but anyway, that's what it's gonna look like. So I'm excited about that. That looks good.
It's a nice light.
That looks really nice. Okay.
There you go.
Do not fall and break a giant dome of glass. You got it?
Yeah.
No, I thought that went inside the dome.
Doesn't fit in there though. Just like that?
Yeah, or
Okay.
like the other way. With
Oh,
that.
like this. You're
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You heard it here, folks. You're right, you're right.
Oh, calm yourself. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right. This is not the
Right.
time.
Once we'd established I was right, we could get back to installing those cabinets. We used L brackets to attach the cabinet to the new countertop and to the wall behind.
I got my hammer.
Okay.
Dad, we don't need a hammer. Look here.
Yeah, in here.
Okay.
Yep. Good job. Okay, Daddy's turn. Okay. Yeah, you do that. You go in there. You get it tight. Yeah. Good job. Yep, that one. Good job.
handles just arrived just in time. So these are actually just really inexpensive handles we got off Amazon. So they're just barely gonna hang over the top of the drawers, but that was intentional because we don't want handles that are gonna take away from the pattern or anything we've created in the drawers. So happy to finally have these. They look like the right size and shape, and I'm gonna install them.
So, Daddy will line it up and you hit the trigger. Bit more. Oh, that's good. Good job, bud. Line it up. Don't line it up first before you hit the button. Okay. And now you can hit the button. That's it. Yep. Good job.
And here's how our newly renovated loft turned out. We're finally done.
Like done. Trim's done, everything's done.
After like 2 years of ripping apart this space.
Feels good though. I mean, it all came together, and I mean, I'm glad we waited because some things changed, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know your thoughts on the whole loft reveal and our IKEA hacks in the comments below. And as always, hit the bell so you don't miss out on future DIYs and budget-friendly renovations.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.